Poem What is this game by Javed Akhtar. The question answers reference to context and the think and answer questions. First, the question answers. Number 1. Why does the speaker say that there is no point in playing the game if we cannot feel pleasure in winning it or sorrow in losing it? The answer is, the speaker says this because when a game is played, it has two players. One would win and the other would lose. So, the process of losing and winning is always part of any game. It is important to feel the pleasure or sorrow in either cases or either situations. That is part of a game. Question number 2. When, according to the speaker, can a game of chess be considered a war? The answer is when the players consider pieces as king and queen and the speaker or player needs to save himself, then a game of chess can be considered a war. That is when you need to save the king or the queen, and also that you need to win the war, a battle between two parties. Then the game of chess can be considered a war. Question 3. List all the rules of the game of chess the speaker mentions in the poem. The answer is, the rules of the game of chess mentioned in the poem are, there are two rules. The first one, the king must be protected from harm at all times. And the second one is, only queen has the freedom to move in any direction it wants. So these are the two rules that are mentioned in the poem. Fourth question, why does king in a game of chess needs to be protected at all times? The answer is, chess is a modeled war. So king needs to be protected. Similar to a real war, a king is the main and the last to be captured, showing victory of the opponent. So similar to a war, the king is the last one that is to be captured. In that case, the party in the battle, the opponent or the other party loses the war or wins the war. So similarly, in the game of chess, it is treated in the same manner. Now we come to the reference to context questions. You have to read the lines and answer the questions. The lines are, I think if I must play, then I should convince myself that these pieces are indeed king and queen, that these are real foot soldiers and arrayed before them is the enemy army. Now, questions based on these lines. The number 1 question, what does the speaker want to convince himself about? The answer is, the speaker wants to convince himself that the game of chess is to be considered as a war, so that he can feel the thrill of win or the sorrow of loss. Question number 2. What will this conviction lead to? The answer is, this conviction will lead to playing the game of chess as a war that the speaker or the player needs to win. Question 3. Who is the enemy army referred to? The answer is, the opponent player is referred to as the enemy army. Fourth question, use array in a sentence of your own. Now the word array means to be put in a line or in a row. A collection put in a row or a line. So the sentence, the museum has a vast array of art. The word array can also be a collection. So this is one sentence. You can make different sentences with the same word. Next is the think and answer question. So the question is, do you think the title of the poem is appropriate? That is it exactly the same as it should be? Share your views. The answer, according to me, yes, the title of the poem is appropriate. I feel so because the poet is constantly questioning if he should play the game of chess just as a game or as a war. So it is constantly a question whether it should be played as a war or a game, because the title is what is this game. So according to that, we can say that the title is appropriate, just apt.